Hi, welcome to Mending My Brain. This week's episode is going to be on one of the taboo subjects around mental health medicines, which is medicinal marijuana cannabis. Okay, so now is going to be a disclaimer in relation to this. Cannabis and possession of or growing, cultivation is 100% illegal in the UK. So just to make it 100% clear, I am not telling anybody to go and purchase marijuana or grow it for any purpose, as it is illegal. Okay, if you have any of the conditions that I will outline later on in the video, then you can speak to your GP and obtain a legal prescription to have those products that are available for those conditions. Okay, in other countries, cannabis, medical marijuana may be 100% legal. Just follow the rules in the country where you live. Okay, now cannabis works on the endocannabinoid system, or ECS for short. That naturally occurs in your body anyway. It was identified in the early 1990s whilst researchers were exploring THC, which is the psychoactive ingredient in cannabis which gets you high. Now, the experts are still trying to fully understand the ECS, endocannabinoid system. However, they know it plays a role in certain bodily functions and processes. Those are sleep, mood, appetite, memory, reproduction and fertility. Okay, according to the NHS UK website, it is very hard to get a prescription in the UK for medicinal marijuana, medicinal cannabis. You can only get a prescription for it if you are a child or an adult with rare or severe forms of epilepsy, adults with vomiting or nausea caused by chemotherapy. That will only be prescribed when it is considered that other more traditional treatments haven't helped or aren't suitable for that particular patient in their circumstances. So again, you will need to take the advice of your medical professionals in order to if that is going to be prescribed to you or the patient, if you're not the patient. Okay, now in the UK, the products that are available are Epidiolex, which is a purified liquid containing CBD, which is the non-psychoactive substance found in cannabis. CBD works differently to using to THC. It's found in cannabis, and it has properties to help with the various conditions that you may have. Now, in terms of that is pain relief, supposedly for pain relief. It's supposed to be for anxiety, depression, low moods. It's supposed to be good for memory, that kind of thing. Now, the other items in the UK that are available are Nabilone, which is for chemotherapy patients. So that's if you're feeling sick or you vomit, you could be prescribed that if other traditional medicines aren't working. There is also nabiximols or Sativex, which is for MS related muscle spasticity. Again, that will only be prescribed after other treatments have been disregarded as being useful for your condition. So again, speak to your healthcare professionals, make sure that you're not doing anything that is illegal, as that would come down to yourself really. Okay, so for cannabis and medical marijuana, medical cannabis, the UK are being very slow on the uptake. In my opinion, we're being very slow and far too slow. I was watching The One Show, which is a show produced by the BBC a couple of days ago, and there is families that are moving to Holland in order to be able to get CBD and THC products to help with their sons or their children, to help medical conditions. Now, my argument here is that the family are paying €200, €200, I believe it may have been, for CBD, plus other €50 for THC, again the psychoactive ingredient. From the research that I've done over the last few years relating to CBD and medical cannabis, medical marijuana, is that you need CBD and THC at least of a ratio of 1 THC to at least 2 CBD. The reason that from the research that I've done, that is the information that I've found, is that the CBD will counteract the psychoactive properties of THC, and as such it will give you the therapeutic benefits of taking the THC and the CBD together, and you won't get high because it will counteract that function and that feature of taking cannabis or THC. Now, again, there needs to be a lot of research in the UK, and I'm not suggesting that that the government needs to change its stance straight away. Do the research, but do it faster. Other countries are legalising medical marijuana and decriminalising it to cultivate it yourself and to have it in possession. Now, for myself, I've done a bit of research, and according to webmd.com, more than half of the states of America and the District of Columbia have legalised medical marijuana in some form. Now, the interesting point for myself here, looking at the uses of medicinal marijuana in the United States, is for Alzheimer's disease, appetite loss, cancer, Crohn's disease, eating disorders such as anorexia, epilepsy, glaucoma, schizophrenia and post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, multiple sclerosis, muscle spasms, nausea, pain and wasting syndrome. I know people in the United States and in Canada who have been prescribed medicinal marijuana, medicinal cannabis, to help with mental health conditions such as depression, anxiety, PTSD, as I mentioned earlier, and they have found that works better for them than taking the traditional antidepressant tablets such as citalopram, Cipralex, sertraline, Prozac, all those kinds of things, and it's a more natural thing, and I believe wholeheartedly myself that medicinal marijuana is the way forward for a number of conditions, and the government just needs to get on board with that and then start making inroads into producing or providing medicinal marijuana. Okay, now according to WebMD, again still on that website, cannabinoids such as THC and CBD will, as I mentioned, reduce anxiety, reduce inflammation, relieve pain, control nausea and vomiting caused by cancer, chemotherapy, or cancer cells, slow tumour growth. Now, there's been reports on the internet for that, so again, I don't know how accurate those reports are. It can relax tight muscles in people with MS, and it can stimulate appetite and improve weight gain in people with cancer and AIDS. Alright, now for myself, there are a number of ways that patients that have been prescribed medical marijuana you can obviously smoke it, you can inhale it through a device called a vaporizer, which basically creates a mist. If you are going to vape it though, or vaporize it, I would suggest buying one with a temperature gauge on there, so you can make sure that you're not burning the THC out of it. by it being too high. So make sure you're looking into that. You can eat it, so you can have space cakes, brownies, lollipops, put it in cakes, cookies, whatever. You can apply it to your skin, so in a lotion, spray, oil or cream, or you can put liquid under your tongue, a few drops of that, and that will get into your bloodstream as a quick way. Side effects of medicinal marijuana would be bloodshot eyes. It can cause depression, dizziness, fast heartbeat, hallucinations and low blood pressure. So again, it may not be suitable for everybody, which is why again I'm suggesting that there needs to be a lot of research into it so that everybody is aware of what's going on, and so that medical decisions are made appropriately for the patients. Now, a bit closer to home, rather than talking about North America, we get to Portugal. Now, that's the first country that I've looked at. Cannabis was decriminalised in Portugal in 2001, and medical use of cannabis was legalised in 2018, so last year. We're now currently in 2019. So that was in July, so it was sanctioned in Portugal for medical use in July 2018, and it has dispensation at pharmacies. Personal cultivation in Portugal for medical use remains against the law. So again, some countries will allow you to grow it. In Portugal, you're not allowed to grow it. You can purchase medicinal marijuana, and you have up to 25 grams of the plant or 5 grams of hashish on your person if you get stopped by the police before you get arrested. Okay, so for me, that's the information that I've got on medical marijuana and cannabis. Again, this is another video that I've done. I would really appreciate it if you could like and comment on this video, like it and share it, and give us a follow, Instagram, Twitter, and obviously here on YouTube. Let's get the discussion started in relation to medical cannabis. Get the comments going. I'll try and reply to as many people as I possibly can in terms of comments. So thanks very much, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.